Ever felt like the odds were stacked against you? Like no matter how hard you try, success seems just out of reach? Well, you're not alone. Some of the most successful people in the world started with absolutely nothing. But through sheer determination, resilience, and a bit of luck, they transformed their lives from zero to hero. Today, we're diving into the incredible journeys of 5 famous personalities who defied the odds. From facing rejection and failure to achieving global fame, these stories prove that it's not where you start, but where you end up. We're talking about Oprah Winfrey, J.K. Rowling, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Howard Schultz, and Steve Jobs, icons who turned their struggles into stepping stones. What's the common thread? They all faced huge setbacks, but they didn't give up. They kept pushing forward, believing in themselves, even when no one else did. So, get ready to be inspired. Let's dive into these incredible zero-to-hero stories and see how ordinary beginnings led to extraordinary achievement. Let's start with Oprah Winfrey, a name synonymous with success and influence. But did you know Oprah's journey began in extreme poverty? Born in rural Mississippi to a teenage single mother, Oprah faced unimaginable hardships, poverty, abuse, and a turbulent family life. By age 14, she had already endured more than most people do in a lifetime. Despite these challenges, Oprah was determined to change her fate. She landed her first job in radio while still in high school, which led to a television job as a news anchor. But Oprah wasn't just any anchor. Her ability to connect with viewers on a deeply emotional level set her apart. Eventually, she got her big break with her own talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, which became the highest-rated television program of its kind. Key turning point came when Oprah decided to embrace her true self on camera. Instead of just reporting the news, she started sharing her own thoughts and feelings. This authenticity resonated with millions, transforming her from just a TV host to a trusted confidant for her audience. Oprah's story teaches us the power of self-belief and embracing your unique path. No matter where you start, what sets you apart can be your greatest strength. Oprah turned her personal struggles into stories that connected with people all over the world, showing that authenticity can be a game changer. Next, let's talk about J.K. Rowling, the author behind the magical world of Harry Potter. Before she became one of the best-selling authors in history, Rowling was a single mother struggling to make ends meet. Living on welfare and battling depression, she found herself at rock bottom. But in those dark times, she held on to one thing: her dream of writing. Rowling started writing the first Harry Potter book in cafes while her baby daughter slept beside her. The journey wasn't easy. After completing the manuscript, she faced rejection from 12 publishers who all turned her down. Can you imagine? A story that would go on to define a generation was initially deemed unworthy of print. The key turning point came when a small publisher finally took a chance on her book. Even then, they advised her to get a day job, because they didn't believe she would make much money from writing children's books. But Rowling didn't listen to the naysayers. She believed in her story, and so did millions of readers around the world. Rowling's journey is a testament to the power of persistence. No matter how many times you get knocked down, you only need one yes to turn things around. Her story reminds us to keep pushing forward, even when the world seems to be against it. From the magical world of Harry Potter, let's move to the ring with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Before he became one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, The Rock faced his own set of challenges. Growing up in a wrestling family, he had dreams of making it big in professional football. But when injuries derailed his football career, he found himself with just $7 in his pocket and no clear direction. Johnson turned to what he knew: wrestling. First, his over-the-top persona was met with mixed reactions, but instead of giving up, he embraced his larger-than-life character and quickly became a fan favorite. His success in the WWE opened doors to acting, but even then, he was often typecast as just another muscle-bound action star. The turning point came when Johnson decided to rebrand himself. He took on roles that showcased his range, humor, and charisma, reinventing himself from a wrestler to a beloved actor. Movies like Moana and Jumanji proved that he was more than just muscles. He was a multifaceted talent. The Rock's story is all about reinvention and resilience. Now, let's take a sip of inspiration from Howard Schultz, man behind Starbucks. Schultz grew up in a poor Brooklyn neighborhood, living in public housing and facing financial struggles from a young age. He was the first in his family to attend college, but he always dreamed of something bigger. Schultz's life changed when he discovered a small coffee shop called Starbucks. At the time, it was just a single store in Seattle selling coffee beans. But Schultz saw potential. He envisioned a place where people could gather, third place between work and home. The turning point came when Schultz bought Starbucks and transformed it into the global coffee giant we know today. He faced countless challenges along the way: financial risks, skeptical investors, and fierce competition. But Schultz's vision and unwavering belief in his concept helped him overcome every hurdle. Schultz's story is all about vision and courage. He didn't just sell coffee, he sold an experience. His journey teaches us that sometimes you have to take big risks to achieve big dreams. And even if no one else sees your vision, it's up to you to make it a reality. Finally, let's talk about Steve Jobs, the genius behind Apple. Jobs' story is one of the most iconic zero-to-hero journeys. Born to a young, unwed couple, he was adopted and raised in a modest household. Jobs dropped out of college after just one semester, but that didn't stop him from pursuing his passion for technology. Jobs started Apple in a garage with his friend Steve Wozniak, but his journey wasn't a straight line to success. After a series of disagreements, Jobs was famously fired from Apple, a company he helped create. But instead of giving up, Jobs founded Next and acquired Pixar, eventually turning it into the most successful animation studio in the world. The turning point came when Jobs returned to Apple in 1997. Under his leadership, Apple launched groundbreaking products like the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, transforming it into one of the most valuable companies on the planet. Jobs' vision and relentless pursuit of innovation reshaped the tech industry. Steve Jobs' story teaches us the power of resilience and the importance of following your passion. Even when faced with failure, he never stopped pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Jobs showed us that setbacks are just setups for an even greater comeback. There you have it. 5 incredible stories of perseverance, resilience, and the power of never giving up. Whether it's Oprah's authenticity, Rowling's persistence, The Rock's reinvention, Schultz's vision, or Jobs' innovation, common thread is clear. Success isn't about where you start. It's about how you respond to challenges along the way. So, what can we learn from these stories? No matter how tough things get, there's always a way forward. These icons didn't let their circumstances define them. They created their own paths to success. And if they can do it, so can you. If these stories inspired you, make sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Moral Motivational Hub for more daily inspiration and success tips. And we'd love to hear from you. Share your own zero-to-hero stories in the comments below. Your journey could be the next one to inspire others.